Thank you. Thank you very much.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good
to see you.
Yeah, you too.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Dick? Hello.
How are you? Good to see you.
What's up, guys? Hey. How you doing, buddy? How we doing, Wes? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we had before a while with the Restaurant Association.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And we were talking about Restaurant Association Hello Treatment.
Yeah. Taco Mayo.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thanks, Jake, for Ann
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
Good. Come on in there, Mike. So Norman High School, right across was Taco Mayo. So all my
1978, I was
buddies.
Yeah, I
Where
was just
you-
telling about that Norman
Norman High.
Taco Mayo. Yes.
So every day for lunch, we would leave Norman High and run over to Taco Mayo, and it was $5 for $1.95. Remember that?
Yeah.
We started.
I was just like 29 cents. Yeah. That was
Still
just,
only $1.60, man. Still
Yeah. Hey, well, good morning, everybody. We're excited to be here and excited to have all my fellow Oklahomans with me today and on Family Month declaration. Families are really the bedrock of our communities. They shape our values. They nurture our dreams. They stand by us through thick and thin. We all have great memories of our grandparents and our parents and all the life lessons they've taught us. Families really are the foundation that we build our lives. And it's so important for young people to have role models and people that they can look up to, whether it's your biological family or it's someone that takes that role and helps shape your life. Studies show that married men ages 18 to 55 are twice as happy compared to their single peers. But today, unfortunately, we're seeing fewer and fewer people get married. In 2005, 50% of men ages 25 to 35 were married. Today, only 28% in that same age group are married. Another staggering statistic are less than 5% of households with a married mom and dad are in poverty. So families working together are lifting themselves out of poverty. We can't just pass laws. I'll tell people all the time, whether it's Washington, D.C. or Oklahoma City, you can't just pass laws and solve some of these social problems that our society is facing. It starts with neighbors, and it starts with families and neighbors walking beside neighbors. It starts with churches getting involved and helping people walk through certain stages of their life to really change the world. It's been said, as the family goes, so goes society. And I truly believe that. I want Oklahoma to be the most pro-family state in the nation. So I'm proud to be the first governor to sign a proclamation to dedicate an entire month to the celebration of the great families that make up the state of Oklahoma. It's who we are. I love our state. The American dream is alive and well in Oklahoma. And it is the best state in the country to raise your family, to start a business, to do life together with our fellow Oklahomans. We got an awesome state. So by designating November as Family Month, we take a step towards recognizing and celebrating the immeasurable contributions of families across our state. And that's also why I've spearheaded fatherhood initiatives around our state. And we've got Marquise with us today, my good friend out of Tulsa. He's going to expand a little bit more on this, but 1 in 4 children in America right now, 1 in 4 are living without a father in the home. That's just unacceptable. We've launched 2 websites aimed at lifting our neighbors up. One is called beaneighbor.gov, and I encourage everybody to kind of, you can go to that and you can see where the state says we have needs, and then we want churches and NGOs to get involved, and neighbors walk with neighbors. We also have oklahoma.gov/life, which connects individuals with resources in their communities to help them tackle issues that government simply cannot solve by ourselves. So if we can lift up families in Oklahoma, we're going to see a shift in the direction of our state. And by extension, we think that Oklahoma can lead the country, and we can actually make a huge impact on our country and our world. I'm excited to introduce a few people today who are here with me, behind me, to join us. Marquise Dennis is the CEO of Birthright Living Legacy. They celebrate and support fathers by equipping them with the tools and resources to lead successful families. So, Marquise, will you come up and share a little bit about Birthright? Yeah.
Well, good morning, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Governor Stitt, for this opportunity. Birthright Living Legacy is a 501c3 that helps validate the merit that fathers bring to parenting, whether they're in the home, out of the home, or incarcerated. And we do that, as he said, by equipping them with the resources and the tools needed to be able to lead successful families. Now, we focus on 4 different types of fathers. Our first father is the experienced father. Now, these are fathers that had fathers in the home or are used to having a man around, versus, as you can see, my little, he's wanting to be held. The second is our abandoned fathers. Now, these are the fathers that had to rely on coaches, pastors, grandparents, people in the community to help raise them. And then we have our supervised fathers. Now, these are fathers that are in active divorces, experiencing any hurdles to be able to see their children, or just in a baby daddy situation where they just don't know what they don't know. And then also our step-ups. Now, these are the step parents, as well as the uncles, brothers, cousins, people in the community, as well as grandparents that come in to be able to help raise the children. Now, at Birthright Living Legacy, we believe that both parents are intrinsically valuable to a child. In fact, we say that you get your values from mom, which is your ethics, your morals, and your ideas. But you get your value from dad, which is your worth, merit, and importance. And if you leave home without either one of these crucial roles, that is when a child becomes at risk. Now, we support fathers by having them understand what their voice, their presence, and their touch does to develop a child's brain, so that when they're effectively communicating, they can know how to be able to explain it and express it as they co-parent. We also help fathers when they're overcoming obstacles like supervised visits. Did you know that it costs almost $50 to be able to do a supervised visit per hour? And there's a 2-hour minimum at most places. So it's $100 plus if dad takes the kids to the zoo, he also has to take the supervised visit and pay for them to go. So it's very expensive to be able to see your children. So we try to help with that to make sure that the fathers can be present. And then we are helping with connectivity by having park crawls. And we have hundreds of fathers and families where we go from different parks around in our community to help fathers engage with other fathers, as well as being able to be a part of their children's lives. And you can see that on our event page at www.brlivinglegacy.org. And that has an event page that has all of these things that are coming up. And we host fatherhood meetings bi-weekly. And this is where we bring fathers together to be able to help to cultivate that community, to create those positive parenting cycles. We do it online as well as doing it in person to make sure that the fathers are able to speak to one another, but also talk about the best practices through our evidence-based, courageous curriculum. And so we want to just make sure in all to that know that fathers are seen, they're heard, they're valuable, but they are also responsible. And we thank you guys for letting us come.
Thank you, Marquise. Go hold your son now. Shelley Zumwalt is the executive director at the Oklahoma Tourism Department. And she's partnering with me to encourage families to spend some time together in our amazing parks all across the state. She is doing an amazing job of leading this state agency. And so I wanted her to kind of deliver some remarks and let Oklahomans know what's possible and what are some great opportunities for you to spend time together. So, Shelley.
Thank you, Governor. Tourism is our state's third largest industry, and it makes sense because tourism is powered by families. It's one of the largest growing industries in our state, and its cornerstone is families. We all know that Oklahoma is the most family-oriented state. And if your priorities are, in order of importance, families, families, and families, you want to be in Oklahoma. That's why we're really, excuse me, that's why I'm excited to partner with Governor Stitt and allow no entry fees and no parking fees at 6 of our state parks, the weekends bookending Thanksgiving. These parks are all over our state. We're offering free admission at Quartz Mountain, Lake Thunderbird, Robbers Cave, Lake Murray, Lake Wister, and Sequoia Park. We know that Thanksgiving weekend and the weekend before is when everyone in Oklahoma is going to be with their family. And we invite you to spend some time with your family in our state parks. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Shelley. Shelley, where's your favorite state park in Oklahoma?
Oh man, I get asked that all the time, and I think like children, they're all my favorite.
She said they're like her children. They're all her favorite. That's funny. Well, now I wanted to welcome James Leewright. James has been a friend of mine for a long time. He is the CEO of the Oklahoma Restaurant Association. He's a huge advocate of family mealtime, which is so important for us in the busyness of our lives to really carve out time for family meal times together as a family. So, Mr. Leewright, James, where are you at? Oh, there we go. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, Governor. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your commitment to families. We appreciate that. Good morning. My name is James Leewright, and I am CEO and President of the Oklahoma Restaurant Association. I'm also CEO of the Oklahoma Hotel and Lodging Association, Oklahoma Travel Industry Association, and the CEO and President of the Oklahoma Hospitality Foundation. And together, as Director Zumwalt said, we are the hospitality industry, the third largest industry in the state of Oklahoma. And I tell you, I'm humbled to be here today and very proud. I've got several members that are joining me today in this initiative. I've got Amy Moss from Tulsa. I've got Nick Schaefer from Norman. I've got Randy Earhart from Oklahoma City and Ed Lindbeck. They all represent different areas of the state, different food services that we have, and they're going to join us along with the other countless restaurants that are going to join the governor in this initiative during the month of November. I want to remind you that the hospitality industry, it's just not the fuel that drives the economic engine of Oklahoma, but it's also those cozy restaurants that you have comfort food in, spend time with families. It's those hotels that you make a home away from home and can create memories with family members. And it's the travel destinations around the state where you can strengthen your bonds with your family. And so we think this is very important. And again, thank the governor for this initiative. The way we'll be rolling this out is all the restaurants that are joining with us and participating through their social feeds, they will be putting out different discounts, family packages, discounts on food, maybe kids are free or a percentage off. So be watching social media feeds of your favorite restaurants. I encourage you to always look for the emblem, the ORA emblem as a member of the restaurant, because those are likely one that's going to be giving some of these discounts. Also, we'll be working closely with the governor's office to make sure and share their information out, and along with sharing the restaurants on the Oklahoma Restaurant Association's feeds. So in closing, as the governor said, let's not just make Oklahoma a great place to live, but let's make it a warm haven where we can spend time in dining in restaurants, spending nights with our families in hotels, or traveling our state, and really strengthening our faith in our families. So with that, Governor, I'll turn it back over, and thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks, James, for that really exciting announcement. I cannot wait to check my favorite restaurants and see if my kids are going to eat free, because I've got a bunch of them. So I appreciate your partnership, and we've got tons of great restaurants across our state. Now I wanted to invite our Native American liaison, my good friend Wes Nofire, to share about his ways and some of the family things that he's learned from his grandparents and his parents. So I'm really excited to hear from him and how his family, some of the traditions that they have. So Wes, why don't you come on up here?
Hey, Governor.
Thanks, buddy.
Hello, NCO. I'm Wes Nofire, the Native American liaison for the great state of Oklahoma. The state of Oklahoma declares the month of November a family month, while also wishing to acknowledge the federal government's recognition of Native American History Month. Families are sacred. Native American families are sacred to all of us. And to me and my family and my own heritage, they go hand in hand. The recognition of both Family and Native American Heritage Month offers an opportunity to all of us for us to look at where we are now and reflect on our storied and richly cultured history. Native American families, they mean a distinct and heritage passed down from ancestors. And sometimes they struggled, but they persevered and they overcome the odds. One of the things that this great state has, and one of the odds they overcame, was the merging of two distinct territories. And those families that came together to do that is a reminder of where we are today. But it's also a reminder of where we're going to go to in the future. So now we stand here some 116 years later, thanks to those families who came before us. But now we must do everything in our powers to protect, preserve, and promote the families, not just of today, but for the futures of the families tomorrow. I think it's a great tribute to our Native American history this month at proclaiming the same month here in Oklahoma as Family Month. I want to thank the governor for doing this. I want to thank the staff and all those who joined together at focusing on the nucleus of our culture and heritage, the family. And, I just kind of want to embellish a little bit, kind of what the governor had mentioned on my own family. My last name, Nofire, Nwotan is how you say it in Cherokee. It passes down from my fifth great grandpa. That's actually what he was called, was Nwotan. He gave that off to his offspring as a last name. And from them, it carried on to generations all the way through the Trail of Tears until the state of Oklahoma. But see, it's not just the name of why I'm here before you today. It's my father who, with my mother, raised us in an atmosphere. They relied on each other's friendship and fellowship within the church organization, within our own tribal communities back home. And that has allowed me, with my wife, to raise our 3 kids today. And that's what we put at the center of the focus of what we have here today. And so I'm just really appreciative and honored to have this commemoration that the governor is doing today. So just wanted to appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you guys a lot. What up?
Thank you. Thanks so much, Wes. We appreciate that. Thanks so much, Marquise and James and Shelley for sharing with us and making this family month a reality and giving us some cool things to think about and do together as a family. So now I want to sign the declaration and make this official. You've been talking the whole time.
It's gonna color.
It's not. All right. Thanks, everybody. What else? What's your name? Marquise Jr. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Abigail, through.